Everybody studies the big YouTubers, like the MrBeasts of this world, but you probably shouldn't. Because here's the deal. People think what works on YouTube is insane editing, crazy challenges, you need to be super entertaining, and if you're not someone like MrBeast, you're screwed. But the actual truth is, MrBeast is optimizing for attention, and guys like Alex Hormozi are optimizing for money. So it's much better to benchmark from them. And those are two completely different games. Completely different games. That video will make you more money. If I wanted to become a millionaire in 2024, this is what I would do. Then this video, last to stop riding bike wins $1 million, right? Even though this one just has 4 million views and this one got 68 million views. Now, how is that even possible, right? It's because MrBeast's game is to maximize retention, maximize spectacle, maximize scale, and monetization then happens after the fame. But Alex Hormozi maximizes trust, maximizes clarity, leverage, and monetization happens because of the content. Now, this is something that is worth pondering about. Literally, you need trust, clarity, authority, right? And leverage in the sense that these videos, they exist, they are evergreen, and they keep working for Alex Hormozi, even if his sales team doesn't do anything. You know, these videos still work for him. So you don't need crazy fireworks, you need to show authority. How do we do this? Copying MrBeast will literally kill your business. If you're a founder, you don't need these 10 million subscribers. You don't need 10 to 100 you want 10 to 100 high trust buyers. And you don't want to be super famous, but you want to be known for what you have built. And you probably want to be known in your niche because that makes things so much easier. And you don't need crazy huge teams, huge budgets, and so on. That is not necessary. You need what Hormozi has. You need a brain, a Google Doc, something like I'm sharing with you right now here. And you need to have the ability to explain things clearly. So the nice thing is you don't need these millions of views, right? You need, like our client, Will Cannon, he gets 300 to 1,000 views. He gets 10 to 30 leads, a few sales, and through this, his YouTube channel is more than profitable, right? More than profitable. And his YouTube channel is growing quickly too, right? So it will not stay here. It will keep growing and these numbers will just go up. So you probably don't want to play this game where you need to get millions of views. You want to play this game like Will Cannon, our client, does. So now what's the real message here? Intention is much more important than entertainment. Alex Hormozi, when he does a video, he doesn't ask himself, is this video fun? But he asks, does it position me as the obvious solution? And so now let's analyze some of his videos. For example, in this video, if I started a business in 2026, I would do this. This video, he is going to advise people on the business he would start in 2026. And his advice is actually very valuable. But which business does he strongly suggest at the end of the video, right? So you're like, okay, all of this is crossed out. This guy is kind of an authority. So I want to know what he suggests. And then he yaps and yaps and yaps. And at the end, basically, he suggests his own business, a SaaS school, right? In this video, you're doing too much. If I wanted to create a business that runs itself, here's what I would do. In this video, he gives out advice on how to scale a business. And then he adds a call to action to a free scaling roadmap, right? And that is also nice because you want to get this roadmap. If you want to scale, why not get this roadmap? Give him your email so he can contact you in the future. That's perfect for him. Another lead for him. So you go to his website. There he gets your email, your phone number. And from then on, he's able to spam you with all kinds of offers. And you're probably going to buy at some point, right? In this case, he upsells a workshop and a free course where he'll include more CTAs and try to upsell you. And of course, what we often do with clients is we use retargeting ads and we use email marketing, right? Because once people watch your YouTube videos, why not retarget them with ads? And also, of course, make sure they are in your email funnels because that's where views turn into cash. Now, how can you do this for your business? The only three things that actually matter for you are the idea. So MrBeast asks himself, what is the highest click-through potential? which one will go viral. Hormozi asks himself, what problem would make the right person stop scrolling? Right? So bad ideas are things like my thoughts on business, day in the life, how I stay productive. Nobody cares. But ideas that get you money are ideas like why your content gets views but no sales. The mistake killing 90% of business YouTube channels. Why being entertaining is overrated for founders, right? These are all video ideas that I could make that probably reach my ICP, which are people that are interested in building a YouTube channel, right? So you have pain, curiosity, relevance. Now, the hook is the second important thing. What most people do is they just, yap. They're like, hey, it's Kevin. I want to tell you about... No, you need to have a Hormozi style hook. So you call out the problem from the start. You establish why you are an authority and you make clear who this is for. So look at this 3-part intro formula, which we often use for clients. Not always, but often. The hook. Say the thing everyone is scared to say in the first 10 seconds. Then you establish credibility in the next 10 seconds. Not flexing or something, just give them context. I've seen this work across multiple businesses, yada yada, right? And then a promise. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fix this, how to do this, how to get that, right? Now, of course, you can play with the wording, but this 3-part intro formula works extremely well in terms of conversion. And speaking about conversion, you also want to have nice CTAs without being cringe. So MrBeast sells publicly, but Hormozi sells privately. What you don't want to do is just pitch at the end of your video or have an awkward DM me energy, okay, please DM me and tell me how I can help or whatever. This video is not supposed to be your sales page. This video is the top of your funnel. So what you want to have is a small CTA, ideally a small one at the very beginning, let's say in the first 1 minute, and then another one at the end. You want to give them something useful. Maybe a guide, a framework, a checklist, a link list. And through this, you want to pull them off YouTube. And then you can do heavy selling if you want to. You don't want to do that on your YouTube channel because it will look cringe and it will turn off people. All right. So here's what Hormozi does. He pulls people on his page. Do you want to scale your business? Here you can learn to scale. Amazing. I want to do that, right? In terms of what you need to record this, it's also very simple. You don't need a crazy studio or a crazy expensive editor and daily uploads. You just need a phone, a decent mic that's can be $50, $100, that's enough, and a Google Doc. Then you explain the screen recording and you do that weekly. Ideally, you batch it, so you just do it once a month, and that's enough. You don't need more, right? And that's how boring channels like Stephen Lee here, who generates most of his leads through YouTube for his tax agency, that's how he makes a lot of money, And he's literally just standing in front of the camera explaining something. So the real takeaway here is that MrBeast will capture attention, entertain millions, and build a media empire. But Alex Hormozi builds authority, and that is what we want to do. So if you're a business owner, you don't need to be louder, fancier, do crazier stuff. You just need to be clear to the right people. And that is enough, right? Now, subscribe if you want to get more content like this. And of course, if you want, book a free strategy call below. If you don't want, that's fine too. But if you've been thinking about YouTube for some time and taking your content game to the next level, then chances are we can help. We can build that YouTube channel for you without you hating your life in a fully done for you fashion, okay? Or just come back for the next video. Bye.